Hi, this is Professor CC19, and today is September 29th, 2020, and I'm here today to play level 96 and explain some changes to the point system in Candy Crush Saga that have been made very recently by King, and how these changes are going to impact you when playing points levels. Now, before we get started, I'm not going to ask you to subscribe. However, I will remind you that the button is right there, and that I put out a lot of great content almost every day, from Candy Crush to Algodoot to Wii Party, including live streams, and that I'm trying to hit a subscribers goal of 1,000 by the end of the year, and would really appreciate any help with that. Now, the points system in Candy Crush Saga has really never been changed before. It's been around since the start of the game, and it's never been tampered with until now. I'm honestly not sure what King was thinking, but there's a lot of changes that they've made to the game that I've wondered what they were thinking. They were not good changes, they were rather dumb changes. I think this one is kind of borderline dumb because it doesn't seem to serve any real purpose. There is a positive aspect of it, but I do not think that it outweighs the negative. So let's play level 96. This is the best level I could find to show you every individual change that I have found. The points in Candy Crush Saga might not always be your main concern, but they have to be on points levels, such as this one, where you have no jelly or ingredients. Your only goal is to get points, a certain number. And with this change, there's a number of levels that have been made almost impossible in the game, and that we are going to have to wait and see if King recognizes that from the players' comments or complaints and changes those points levels accordingly with this new change to the system. So let's start with individual candies. I cannot make a match with individual candies to start off right now, but I will say that previously they were worth 20 points apiece, so a match of 3 was worth 60. Now it's doubled. That's a good thing. They're worth 40, and the match of 3 is worth 120. The next thing is the ticking time bombs, and that's the first move I'm going to make to take out this bomb set at 19. Ticking time bombs used to be worth 3,000 points apiece. Now, however, they are only worth 500, which is 1/6 the amount. It's almost like we're on the moon and we're in 1/6 gravity, but yeah, this is the first negative change. So by making a match with the 3 green rather than the stripe, I'm going to have 40 plus 40 plus 40 plus the 500. So I should have 620 points from this match. 620. And I can show you here with the orange on the top, we'll have 60 points from that match. 120 points from that match, rather than the 60 we used to have. The next thing I will seek to show you is the value of certain specials, like a striped candy. Previously, a striped candy was worth a certain amount. I'm not sure what it was worth, but when you sent it off, it was worth the value of the candies in that match and every candy in that row or column. It's kind of the same now, but there's a more definite means to tell. A striped candy, when you create it, is worth an additional 500 points, and when you send it off, it's also worth an additional 500 points. So with the specials, it's kind of a good thing, a nice set number, a round number that you can tell easier. But that's not the only change. We still have a few more to go. I will say this is the positive aspect that I was talking to you about. Oh, we didn't get to see it there because the wrap candy went off. The positive aspect is that they're nice round numbers that are easier to see. All right, let's talk about a wrapped candy. This is going to be worth an additional 1,000 points when I make it. Actually, no, when I send it off. Previously, we would get 540 plus the value of the candies that it blew up, and then when it sunk down, it would be the same. Now we get 2 doses of 1,000 points, which is slightly down, so slightly negative change. 1,000 and 1,000. But the biggest change of all is going to be the color bomb, and I'm glad I could make one right there. And thankfully, we still have 1 ticking time bomb to show you the last thing that I wanted to show you. The color bomb is also worth a set amount now. 5,000 points to send off a color bomb, plus 40 points for every individual candy it takes out. So if there's 10 red on the board and I take out red with the color bomb, it's worth 5,000 plus 10 times 40, or 5,400. That is considerably less than it used to be worth. it can it's more consistent now, but previously, if there was a lot of a certain color on the board, I believe, don't quote me on this, but I believe that the amount of points grew exponentially based on how many of a certain color there were on the board. So if there were like 30 blue and you took out blue with the color bomb, it would give you a big points boost. If there was only 5, then it would give you a very small one. Now it's more consistent, but it's not really beneficial to take out individual color except for cascading, which is worth double like everything else the individual matches. So if I take out blue, right now there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, as far as I can tell. That'll be worth 17 times 40 plus 5,000. If I do my math correctly, that is 5,680 points. On the previous version, I would get far more for taking out blue. But that's just what we have to deal with now unless King changes things back. The biggest change of all, however, previously, if we were to take out the color of a ticking time bomb with the color bomb, so in this case red, by hitting red, I would take out that ticking time bomb. That would give me a massive points boost. And I'm talking tens of thousands of points in one turn. If we had a bunch of ticking time bombs on the board, it would give us potentially hundreds of thousands of points on one turn. And a lot of points levels in the game were dependent upon that. It's no longer the case. If we take out red with the color bomb, it's going to give us the 5,000 plus 40 times however many we have, but it's only going to give us an extra 500 for the ticking time bomb. Not going to do anything else. It's not going to give us a significant points boost at all. And that is by far the biggest negative change. Number one, it makes points levels that required that in the past much more difficult unless King decides to change something again, either the points levels or this feature back to normal. But it also makes the ticking time bombs have no good purpose at all. They're only there to kill us. They can't help us in any way, shape, or form. It's just even more of a detriment to the game. I take out all red, and as you can see, we didn't even get enough points on that turn, except for cascading, to get 1 star. So, that's the changes. If you do combos with specials, it kind of multiplies the changes a bit. Like a Rap combo is worth, I think, 8,000 points in total. If you do a color bomb stripe combo, each individual stripe is worth 500. If you do a color bomb wrapped combo, each individual wrapped is worth 1,000. So the combos are worth more, but taking out an individual color is worth less apart from cascading. Alright, so that is all of the features that I know of that have changed in the point system explained. Now, my final take on this feature is this was a completely unnecessary change. It is overall a negative change, one I would consider borderline dumb, because I don't think this change at all needed to be made, and it's not helping any of us. The best way to play the game with this new change, until we hear otherwise, until King adjusts those points levels with this new point system, if they're going to do that, until that happens, what you're going to have to do is focus on making combos and cascades. Color bombs are no longer as valuable by themselves, neither are ticking time bombs. The best way you can get points on really tough points levels is by trying to make a ton of cascades, which are now worth double what they were before, or by making as many color bombs, striped, and wrapped combos. I feel like King is trying to manipulate the way we play the game. I have said many times in the past that if it came down to it, I'm the kind of player who just would rather take out a color, because it would give us more points, and it was kind of more fun, at least in my opinion. Now King is saying, well, that shouldn't be the way you play the game. You should play the game the way we have it in mind, which is to make combos whenever you can. It's, in theory, better now. On a points level, it gives you more points, and it usually is more effective, but it's like King is trying to force you to make that decision. putting you in a tough position if you make anything other than what they want you to do. So I'm not liking this new change, and please leave your comments below telling me if you're stuck on a really tough points level and would like me to try and help you with that specifically. But as of this new change, just this past week, last week of September 2020, combos and cascades are much more important now in the game for earning points. Thank you so much for watching. I hope this video was helpful to you. Please leave your comments below on what you think of this new change, or if there's any level that you want my help with, I'll make a video special for you. If you found it helpful, please subscribe, and as always, thank you. Have such a great day.